Well, then the day of the wedding, my maid of honor saw a big box in the bed of my mother-in-law's truck, luckily, and stopped her. So she was just gonna ignore the whole blowout and say I'm just gonna do it anyways. Our whole bridal party was on alert to stop them. All right, guys, it's time for another blind reading of one of your wedding horror stories, and I got a lot to choose from. But first, check out this new awesome sweatshirt with my new logo on it. Branding coming soon. My website will be posted very soon. I can't wait to share it. All right, I'm just gonna scroll and see what I come across because I have so many. Let's just see what happens. Oh, that's a long one. All right, guys, I found one and let's see how it goes. Hello, firstly, love your videos. They make my day. Every time I watch them, I feel for the people in them, and I used to think stuff like this was dramatized till I lived it. I have 3 stories kind of rolled into one. My mother-in-law was absolutely terrible leading up to our wedding. Background, when my husband and I got together, he moved into our hometown about 2 hours away from his family. We purchased a home, both have jobs here, and began our life. When we were finally able to get married, engaged in 2019, had a plan around the big 2020 and everything else. And my family being very large, I have 7 siblings and my mom is one of 8 and my dad is one of 3. All have families of their own that we see regularly at family gatherings, and all mostly living in this area that we decided to have it here. At first, his mom freaked out and even suggested we have 2 weddings. One here that we plan and one in his hometown that they plan and we can just show up. Oh my gosh, that is honestly crazy. We rejected that idea, which started everything off. My parents paid for the entire wedding and his mom tried to interfere at every angle. The next blow up was our guest list. She was offended because we wanted to have as small of a wedding as we could. With my large family, it ended up being around 140 people. But from his side, because he's not as close to this family and they are much smaller, of the 140, about 20 were his. His mom freaked out and demanded that my parents and I were dominating the wedding and just trying to keep them out. She then sent us a list of 80 more people that she wanted invited to balance the wedding out. Oh my gosh. And if it was too many, we needed to make cuts, but it had better be even or they wouldn't come and we could go to a wedding that they would throw for us. And I feel like people might have a lot of opinions about the number of people from each side, that maybe it should be even, but I personally don't think it should be. I think it's all about how close you are to people in your family. And if he's not that close and has a smaller family, then I think that makes sense that the majority are gonna be her family. And if he's okay with it, that's all that matters. My husband didn't know a single person on her list. Okay, there we go. And it was about $120 a person at our venue. Needless to say, we rejected yet again and had another family blow up. Then to top everything off, the week of our wedding, she called to say that his younger brother and his fiance wanted to announce their pregnancy at our wedding. Are you kidding me? This is a sore subject for my husband because everything he accomplished in his life has always been upstaged by his brother. I cannot handle this. They wanted to announce a pregnancy at the wedding. Oh my gosh. And she's okay with that. The mother-in-law, I mean. Okay, we got engaged. They got engaged. Her ring was bigger and better than mine. We bought a house. They bought one that was bigger and better. Then they got pregnant, which is another sore spot because I had an issue where getting pregnant was always going to be hard for me, and my husband knew this, and we were told to literally just try and hope for the best. We had since been together 2 years, and by the time of our wedding, we'd been together 3 and still nothing. So when his mom called and asked to do this, he freaked out and said absolutely not. It was our day and it was about us. We'd be happy to celebrate their announcement any other day but that day. That's perfectly understandable. She had said she planned it all out and we wouldn't need to do anything for it. Are you joking? She's like, oh, don't worry. I've already planned this whole announcement. It'll be at this time at the wedding, so I'll just schedule it in your timeline. Like, what? No, thank you. Okay, wow. It wouldn't be that and it wouldn't be that distracting, and we were selfish. I think for your wedding day, you can be a little selfish. My husband was so angry, it was to the point of telling them not to come to the wedding. Well, then the day of the wedding, my maid of honor saw a big box in the bed of my mother-in-law's truck, luckily, and stopped her. So she was just gonna ignore the whole like blowout and say like, I'm just gonna do it anyways. So she is completely belittling them, ignoring their wants, and then calling them selfish because she's not getting what she wants. Interesting. They were still going to try to do the gender reveal during the reception to announce. Wait, so now it's turning into a gender reveal at the wedding. Oh my gosh. Our whole bridal party was on alert to stop them. And then right after our first dances, and my dance with my dad and his dance with his mom, we noticed his family flocking to their table during dinner and everyone hugging and congratulating them. During the dinner, they sent out an announcement on Facebook and proceeded to tell everyone they had a whole thing planned, but we were too selfish to share our wedding time with them. And I was being butthurt because I couldn't get pregnant, so I couldn't be happy for anybody else. You guys, that's the whole story. I just have so much to say. I'm completely mortified for this woman that now she's married into this family. And if they're gonna act this way on one of their most special moments, a special day, and turn it into something completely about them and can't see that they are the problem, oh, I feel so horrible for her because it sounds like they were doing everything they could to just keep the peace. But you have to put your foot down when someone is acting that way. And it seems like they were still just doing everything that they wanted to do. My heart breaks for her, and I don't know where this is going. She just kind of ended it right there. So if you're watching and you want to, feel free to send me an update and we can update people. But if I were to guess, it's only gotten worse. And I hate to say that, but if they're gonna act this way at like a special moment and make it all about them, the siblings and the mother to support them doing this is a big red flag. This is terrible, and I'm so sorry you had to deal with this. I mean, I don't even think we need another story. This like is probably one of the worst ones I've read. To end it that you were just being butthurt because you couldn't get pregnant and couldn't be happy for anyone else. No, she actually just wanted to enjoy her wedding day, not celebrating someone else. That does not make her selfish. So if you're the mother-in-law watching that, this does not make her selfish. You were selfish. Anyways, that's all I got this week. That was a crazy story. I think I'm going to turn this one into a skit because this one is like insane. Thanks so much for watching, guys. If you're not already subscribed, go ahead and subscribe right here, and I will see you next week for another video. Bye.